Alright, hello everyone, MeanSpeed here with another Battlefield Heroes video. I know it's been a while. Pretty much the same reasons for last time, I guess. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing alright. Hopefully everyone's excited because as of, I think, either the day I'm putting this video up or the day after, the Renegade Line Alpha is 1 week away, which is pretty awesome. Finally. After a lot of waiting, we'll be able to play the game, which is very good, obviously. But yeah, what you're seeing here, obviously it's Battlefield Heroes, but it's not the normal Battlefield Heroes. Basically, this was the PTE. If you didn't know what that was, it was just like a testing area. Basically for game modes, it was mostly tested for stuff like game modes. I believe 2 or 3 game modes were tested on the PTE, also sometimes for like weapons and outfits and stuff before they were put into the game properly. But yeah, so this is just some old gameplay of, well, pretty much the worst and most broken game mode that ever came to Battlefield Heroes. I don't know why I was doing that on my pistol aim, by the way. Wasn't very impressive, I know, but yeah, I guess there was some sort of technique that people did to try and hit better or something. But yeah, basically this mode, it was actually alright in the PTE, but it still wasn't very balanced. I mean, this was a mode where, you know, if the team had the upper hand, you couldn't really do much about it. Because obviously it was pretty much you just take someone out and that's it. There's no coming back from that. And yeah, you can see here really, like, one person, he can't really do much against all this. And yeah, I think this mode wouldn't have been as popular in the real game, like when it was properly released, if they hadn't done one thing, which is something they didn't do here. So you'll see this when we win the round, but also probably what's happened here is there's a commando running around because, you know, that happened a lot. I think they did have a feature though where you could just see the person after a certain amount of time. You could see the name or whatever. But yeah, apparently there's an AFK in the game. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Nice shotgun kill. But yeah, you can see that we got a win. And obviously you can see all the weird coding text here. But yeah. Basically, yeah. We got a win. That was it. And the points, if I'm going to show the scoreboard, will be the same. But when they put this into the real game, they decided to add 1,000 points to winning. So you can see there, like, I've still got 485. In the real game, that would be 1,485, which is double what I earned in that round for such a short time. So because of that, I don't know, this mode got abused quite a bit. People were like, you know, bringing AFKs purposely, getting like the lowest amount of people you needed for the points to count and all that. Just stat padding, and I mean, they didn't really do anything about it. Like, a few people got banned. But I mean, really, that addition to this mode was pretty terrible. I didn't really enjoy this mode anyway. I suppose it made some maps pretty, well, maps I wouldn't like, it made them a bit more bearable. So Seaside Skirmish, because obviously the fight was pretty much just like between 2 areas. So it wasn't like really wide open, which is pretty much like for an 8v8 game. I think a really wide map isn't really needed unless you've got vehicles, and there's a heavy emphasis on vehicles. But yeah, still I think there was too much space. Was that Kusakus? I don't know. I mean, this wasn't the real game, obviously, so some people will have maybe like fan accounts and stuff. But yeah, this was all. I think all the gameplay was just steamrolling through the enemy, which is obviously not that fun. Pretty imbalanced, but I mean, what can you do about it? I mean. I think this was probably the first day they allowed us to test this. I just wanted to get in as much footage as possible. But yeah, this was just all national stuff. And as you see, there's still one person just AFKing. Kind of stupid, really. But yeah, that happened also in the real game. Because people would assume that their team's going to be good enough to carry them. So they can just, you know, stay AFK and get 1,000 points for doing absolutely nothing. So I wanted them to do something like scale it so that the amount of people in the server reflects on how many points you get, also how active you are if you actually moved to start with, geez. You know, and how many kills you got, points and all this teamwork. But none of that happened. Yeah, So yeah, I mean, this is probably my most least favorite game mode out of all the ones that came to Battlefield Heroes. There were 4 in total, which I know is a bit crazy to think about, but yeah, there was the team deathmatch, which was sort of like Conquest team deathmatch. The Hero of the Hill, which was like King of the Hill, capture the flag, self-explanatory, and then this was the last mode that came to Battlefield Heroes. This was like 2013, something like that. But yeah, I'm doing okay. But I mean, really, like, just I mean, a good team and a long-range pistol. I mean, it's pretty much GG, you know. So yeah. Anyway, about the alpha, because I didn't really talk about that enough. Yeah, so I will have a lot of free time around the time the alpha's available. So yeah. Apparently there's a hacker in our game. I don't think there was, but whatever. It was just absurdly imbalanced. Yeah, so I'll have quite a bit of free time around the time the alpha's available, so I'll be able to record a lot, hopefully. I mean, that's if we are able to record the game. The last update on this was that it's undecided, and as far as I know, there hasn't been a proper decision yet. So I'm hoping we can, because I've got a lot of ideas, things that I'm going to do for videos that hopefully you'll enjoy. And because of the fact that I've got, you know, more time than usual, normally I'm quite busy, but I do have a bit of free time during that period. So yeah, that will give me, you know, I could maybe do like 2 or 3 uploads a day on Renegade Line. I know that's a bit spammy, but I mean, when it's fresh, you know, people want to see it straight away. And these ideas, I think they could go a long way. You know, maybe my channel could grow even more. I've never really focused on that, to be honest with you, but yeah, it could happen. Who knows? I saw a few people. Oh, nice tonic, dude. I know the irony from my last video. Out of tonics I chugged. Wow. But yeah, a few people were saying hopefully you get quite popular with Renegade Line. I mean, I don't really want to do this to elevate myself. If anything, I'd want to do videos on Renegade Line to make the game more popular, because it would be nice for more people to know about it, to be honest with you. I mean, if you look at the total amount from the funding, it's like 90k now, which is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, just imagine what that would be if more people knew about the game. I mean, right now there's, I think, 30,000 accounts on the forums. I think I read that. And there's only like 3,000 and something people that donated. So, I mean, it does go to show that a lot of people do want to play, not just solely because it's free to play, but I mean, that's a huge incentive, right? But, yeah, just, it'd be nice for them, more people to donate, basically. But, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah. All right, so, yeah, I recognize a few more people in the chat as well. Based on who those people are, I can tell why we were steamrolling, but yeah. What else can I say really about this mode? I mean, there's very little. Oh, there's an egg on there. Oh, I wonder if that was a commando. Yeah, and that guy finally woke up. Alright, he was AFK for like the last 4 rounds or whatever. Yeah, I mean, the only time I was only really excited for this mode was during this period, so like when it was actually being tested, before it actually got turned into this sort of abusive type thing, which is, you know, I mean, it does come down to the developers. They never really said why they added 1,000 points, because obviously that was the decision that was made following the PTE. It was never in the PTE, so I don't know what the reason for that was. And I think they changed this as well. Like, I don't think at any point you could actually talk to everyone. It was just your team, which is pretty cool. But I think they removed that. No, I'm wrong. Never mind. I can see that. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, just excited for the alpha, obviously. I don't know how many more Battlefield videos I'm going to try and get out before the alpha's available. This won't be like the last one ever, but this might be the last one before the alpha, because yeah, just how things have been going. I normally at least try to do a weekly upload anyway. Oh, the dual long shotguns. Okay. I'm getting pelted by those, obviously. But yeah, not really the most entertaining gameplay. I mean, honestly, that mode, I didn't really find a lot of my recordings on it pretty entertaining, because it was always the same, really. It was never like a proper, you know, really balanced match where, you know, it was just really down to the wire. It was pretty much just a stomp, and there's a commando there somewhere. Don't know why he's got the developer hat. I guess this is PTE, so you could have stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to have. But yeah, I also think this is the last time you could use the PTE. I can't think what else they would have tested. Like, this was probably one of the last major things to Battlefield Heroes. Like, there wasn't another map after this. There wasn't another game mode. There was another weapon, but that wasn't really like that. That wasn't very well received, basically. Yeah, and there you go, another complete flawless. Well, not flawless. A few people died, but still. Yeah. But I mean, I chose this one to talk over because of the video length. It's like 12 minutes long or something. So I don't know if that makes up for me not uploading in a while, but still. But yeah, it is difficult to comment on something like this because just, such a stomp, and I'm pretty sure I didn't enjoy stomping them like this. It was just the fact that, oh look, it's a new mode and all this, but yeah, and the map didn't change either. It was constantly Midnight Mayhem. Another thing on the PTE, actually, you found a lot of hackers because the PTE account was not linked to your main account. You had to make a new one. So a lot of people, I believe, just wanted to. They knew they had nothing to lose, basically, so they just thought, it's a test environment, let's just hack and just test it out. So yeah, you got a lot of hackers, but I don't think there were any in this game. I mean, there was that one guy in the chat, and someone's going to kill me from behind, I think. Yep. Okay, yeah, so that guy had, like... He shouldn't have had that hat. I don't know how he got it. That's very strange. But yeah, I'm just spectating this guy now. I think this is when the spectating mode was a bit weird. But yeah, yeah, it is, guys, I'm sorry. Honestly, I suck at live commentaries anyway. I mean, if there's something that you can look at and it's actually very entertaining, then it helps, but still. Anyway, I think this is winding down. But hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for Renegade Line.